Here are some trending news in Nigeria. Nigeria's First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, has said that Nigerian leaders are often respected and honored on the global stage but face constant criticism, abuse and undervaluation at home, blaming the trend on hate-driven narratives and political manipulation. She made the remark following her recent recognition by United States President Donald Trump at the National Prayer Breakfast in Washington, D.C., where she was described as a very respected woman. Reacting in a social media post, Mrs. Tinubu lamented the growing disconnect between international respect for Nigerian leaders and how they are treated by their own citizens, urging Nigerians to embrace fair, truthful and constructive engagement in the interest of national unity and the country's global image. United States President Donald Trump has described Nigeria's First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, as a very respected woman during the 74th Annual National Prayer Breakfast on Capitol Hill, Washington, D.C., where he highlighted her role as a Christian pastor in one of Nigeria's largest churches. The First Lady, who is in the United States to attend the prayer breakfast and engage key stakeholders, also addressed concerns over the alleged persecution of Christians in Nigeria, dismissing them as exaggerated narratives driven by propaganda, while noting that President Trump's focus on religious freedom offers an opportunity to strengthen U.S.-Nigeria relations and intensify efforts to tackle insecurity. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has approved a reset of Nigeria's sports funding framework, directing that funds for sporting activities and infrastructure be released promptly beginning from the 2026 fiscal year. The president made this known in a statement on his official X handle, noting that delayed funding and bureaucratic bottlenecks have long hindered athletes' preparations. Tinubu commended Nigerian athletes for winning 373 medals in 2025 and described sports as a powerful tool for national unity. He also praised the National Sports Commission, led by Shehu Diko, for driving reforms under the administration's Renewed Hope agenda. Osun State Governor, Senator Ademola Adeleke, has called on the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbedikun, to immediately lift the suspension on the Emoticon Corps, warning that the shutdown has weakened security in the state. Adeleke said rising cases of banditry and kidnapping in neighboring states, particularly Kwara, pose a serious threat to Osun's border communities. In a statement issued by his spokesperson, Olawale Rashid, the governor urged the police to either charge detained Emoticon operatives to court or release them, stressing that continued closure of Emoticon offices leaves Osun residents exposed to criminal attacks. An Enugu High Court, presided over by Justice Anthony Onovo, has ordered the British government to pay €420 million in compensation to families of 21 Nigerian coal miners killed during a colonial-era crackdown in 1949 at the Eva Valley coal mine. The court ruled that the miners were peacefully protesting harsh working conditions and wage disparities when they were shot by colonial police. Justice Onovo described the incident as a grave human rights violation and said the UK must be held accountable for atrocities committed during colonial rule. The suit was filed by human rights activist Mazi Greg Ano. The Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission has announced plans to reduce operating costs in Nigeria's oil and gas sector by harmonizing regulatory fees and rents. This was disclosed after a management meeting with the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, held in Abuja. Speaking at the meeting, Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission Chief Executive, Ortsimewa Eisen, said the initiative is aimed at addressing multiple regulatory charges that have made operations expensive for investors. She noted that the reforms align with the Petroleum Industry Act and are expected to boost competitiveness and attract investment into the sector. Sand miners and tipper drivers in Anambra State have staged a protest against alleged extortion, intimidation and multiple taxation by state agencies, particularly the Operation Clean and Healthy Anambra Brigade. The protesters gathered at the Nigeria Inland Waterways Authority premises in Onitsha, claiming that despite holding valid federal licenses, they are subjected to daily levies by officials of Ogbaru, OYI, Onitsha North and Onitsha South local government areas. Carrying placards with various inscriptions, the miners and drivers called on the state government to intervene, warning that continued harassment could cripple their businesses and affect the state's internally generated revenue. For more trending news in Nigeria, subscribe to our channel, follow and visit us at DiasporaNews.ng.